but all he has now to compete against is Yuri, who's kind of not doing it. He's like, you retired to coach this stupid piece of shit who even sucks at skating. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, we was all thinking about it. Why would Victor go with Yuri?
The only thing I'm thinking about is backhanding Yurio. Fucking hate him.
And welcome back to another episode of My First Anime. This week, we are wrapping up Yuri on Ice. I'm Chris Bailey.
Salvador, also known as Monkey.
And Anthony Watt.
I don't have any personal anime news this week.
Last week, we took a break. I was able to catch up on Haikyuu. Still good. The new shonen anime that's coming out this week, I forget what it's called. It's something like Demon or something. It's not that good. I'm about to drop it real fucking fast because I don't like the main character and his supporting cast is not as good either. So, but my friend is telling me that I should keep on because there's a character that's really good. So I might still watch it to see if that character turns out to be good or not. And then I'm still watching Love is War. I think I'm almost done with the first season. And oh my gosh, it's so funny. I think that's all I have for anime news. Well, what I'm watching right now.
I've got anime news. I thought you guys would be more excited.
I gasped. What do you want?
I'm like episode 5 in on Blood of Zeus on Netflix, and I also started Korra again. I've seen the first season of Korra, but when I was watching it, this other seasons had not yet been made, so I'm getting back into that to finish Korra. No, it's not exactly anime, but
I think it's adjacent enough.
it's pretty close, so. And I am enjoying Blood on Zeus. I like it. It took me a while to get used to the animation style. Mm-hmm. It actually almost gave me a headache.
What's that animation? Because it's like Castlevania animation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same studio.
That's what I've heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So is it like an American anime or was it an actual?
I think it's American anime, but I'm enjoying it so far. But yeah, that's all I got for personal anime news.
How about Korra? How you doing on Korra?
Good. Forgot why I ended up on that one. I think it's where she challenges him to fight on like Aang Island or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The main bad guy. Yeah, I think that was last episode. Which I mean, I know how most of it ends, but or the season
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, is it season 1 or season 3? I don't know who you're talking about.
This one's season 1.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna watch all 4 seasons. It'll be my like eating show.
I know what you mean. I do not like season 1 or 2 of Korra. 3 and 4 is bangles.
2's pretty rough. I think 1 is good. Episode 9 of Yuri on Ice kind of left us in the middle. Kind of left us in the middle of a competition last week. So we get straight into Yuri versus Yuri, the horror Rose Telecom Cup free skate. We left with Victor going back to Japan because his dog ate steam buns.
Dumb dog.
He's definitely not an Ein.
We open with him actually starting to leave, and Yakov is gonna coach Yuri for the free skate. And Victor tells him that if you're having trouble, just hug him and he'll help you.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, Victor's so great.
If you're having trouble, just hug Yakov and he will help you.
Which I don't know if I buy that, but we get Yurio's grandfather comes back, gives him pork cutlet pierogies.
Dude, that sounds so fucking good.
Okay, do you know what pierogies are? Because I don't know what they are.
Oh, yeah, it's just like a fried bun thing with filling.
Okay.
And we get into the performances. First up, we have Nicola, who's skating to Anastas, and he has a cyberpunk theme.
This isn't the brother-sister, is it?
No, this is afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't see... Oh, we see an okay amount of this guy's performance, but it is cut with Sala telling Mickey, who is the brother-sister, like, hey, you're going to have to go win without me. I'm going to go be my own person. I can win without you.
I actually like this a lot. One of the tropes I don't like about anime is siblings like loves. And I was just saying because there was a couple animes that I like where there is like a brother sister complex, and I like the fact that I don't know what's her name, but she's like breaking it off. She's like, no, you need to stop being on your own. Like you need to stop relying on me because I'm not really relying on you.
Yeah, it's so unrealistic to me because I have a sister and I want to protect her, but like that's weird. But their relationship is fucking weird.
The guy with the cyberpunk theme, I don't remember what's his name, but I really wanted to like his music and his choreography or routine, whatever it is. Because I'm like, this music is my kind of music, and I was just like, it's boring.
Yeah,
it was also very cut.
Yeah, it was super cut.
Like a lot of we had the whole brother sister stuff going on, but yeah, I think I just wrote they're doing a the brother sister are doing all their like jealous thoughts while Cyberpunk guy finally tires out.
Yeah,
I forget what the brother says about that Cyberpunk guy, but he says about Yuri, he's like he's just a Japanese what is it? It's like Japanese closet pervs is what Yuri is.
Yeah, he called Yuri a closet perv.
Yeah, exactly. It's so good. I'm saying his outfit's what's it called? It's like it's a suit.
Yeah.
And it's purple and has glitter on it, and it just looks fucking amazing. I'm just like, oh, that looks so fucking good. And then he skates his ass off because he's so sad, and he realizes that his sister, like, it's a lost love is what basically how he skates, and he does so well. Too bad you can't do that every time.
So I don't support the relationship, but I did like this scene. It's like he did so well because he knows it's his last time skating for her.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of cool. I didn't like the reason it was cool, but but yeah, I'm glad that he can finally start making the correct steps in the right direction. He's got a good step sequence going on.
So he gets his 280, 289, like you said, like you guys said, he did like crazy good. And then Sala comes in and hugs him and it's like, see, we're better apart after all. Anyway, later. Sung Gil goes next. We don't really get him. He does bad and is knocked out. After him is Yurio. We learned that he's going to change his jumping composition to make it harder. And he skates to Allegro Appassionato in B minor.
This is the first time we see his free skate?
I believe it is, yes.
What's his outfit? Oh, it's the same outfit, right? But it's like more touched up.
No, it's like the cool black one with the...
It's not a white one?
No, it's the black one with like the red on it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Any thoughts on Yurio's performance?
I kind of thought that they would, like... I don't know. I feel like everyone was just calling shit out at Yurio, like just trying to say like he's so excited. Like the coach said he's excited, and then like goes to the flash to the fans. I think those two girls, the sister and one of the other redheaded girls up there, was like, he's so calm, and I was like, what?
Yeah, he's angry.
And then like we get his perspective and he's angry. He's neither of those. He's not excited or calm. He's just like, you fucking pork cutlet bow, and he calls someone a shithead. He's just rage skating about and he's still doing it to love. I wasn't a huge fan of that.
This isn't love.
Or sorry, you're right. This wasn't love. But yeah, he was just rage skating about. I don't know.
I tell you one thing, like, dude, we're on episode 9, and I'm already done with the routines. Like, I want more characters. Like, I just want more characters. Like,
Monkey's here for the ships.
Episode 10 is so fucking good. You know why episode 10 is good? There's no fucking skating. Because I'm just bored. I'm bored because I know this is supposed to touch my soul or whatever it is, but I just watch it. I'm just like, I'm bored.
You're supposed to get what's being conveyed through the performances, though. It's not about the performances themselves. It's about the thoughts and emotions behind them. That's where the character arcs come from.
Good for you, Orange. I'm just bored.
So I guess Yuri's next?
Yes. Worth noting, Yurio totally crushes it. Gets the highest score, I think. Then Yuri is next.
I put down this thing, JJ's chill for me.
Yeah, because Yuri is not doing so well. He's flubbing his jumps. He's thinking too much. And Yurio, like, yells out something in support, and JJ teases him, like, oh, now you're being supportive. Cheer for me, too. Okay, bud?
Dude, I thought that was Yurio was so weird. I know he's, like, they've confused me these last 3 episodes with his character. He's all over the place, man.
That's all he is.
In his inner thoughts, he's like calling people shitheads, and he's like, I'm gonna teach that little fat pork cutlet bowl. And then like right after, he's like, no, Yuri, you can do it. And then like later, like the next episode, he calls someone an ugly ass bitch. He's just all over the fucking place.
Well, I mean, he is 15.
Also, you have to remember, Yuri is his rival. So Yuri better step the fuck up. What's the point of you having a rival if your rival is an awful rival?
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
Like he has more of a personal connection with Yuri than any of the other skaters. So he more, even though, you know, he could look at like JJ or Kristoff as like his biggest competition realistically, the competition between him and Yuri is much more personal and important to him.
Yeah, but Yuri stole Victor from him.
I don't disagree. I still think he's all over the place.
No,
I
he
guess
is.
You're not wrong, but
I just, they pick your lane. Dude, I actually would have loved it more if he would have been like, if he would have, like, instead of just saying you can do it, if we inner thoughted with him for a second and he was like, Yuri, you have to do better so I can beat you at your prime.
yeah, I mean, and
That
we
would have been
eventually
so much better.
get that. And I kind of thought it was pretty implicit that that's what was that was the whole thing, but I don't know.
But we want to talk about Yuri specifically?
Yeah, we can talk about Yuri. What do you want to say about Yuri?
So it looks like he just can't keep Victor out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, even like literally every time he comes out, he's like, okay, I got to focus on this thing. I'm messing up these jumps a little bit. Even when he does that, he's like, but Victor.
Is this the where it even shows Victor says like he always skates worse?
Yeah, whenever he's thinking.
Yeah, when he has something on his mind.
Yeah.
Maybe. Isn't that a literal flashback?
Yeah, there was a bunch
Yeah,
of flashbacks in these episodes.
Yeah. I think they may have run into some budget problems.
But yeah, so Yuri's basically kind of flubbing it up.
Yeah, he doesn't do that bad. He gets pretty much the same score as Mickey, which, you know, that's important later.
Yeah, and then we get to see everyone's favorite, the king.
Well, first Yakov is like lecturing Yuri and he hugs him.
And Yuri's like, oh, this is just like Victor. Like, they have
Yeah.
the same personality. I got a question. It's been 2 weeks since we watched this. Was his first program really fucking good? Was it this? And his second one was bad? Is that what happened, or what?
So I think it went. I think they play reverse, right? So JJ had the best short program, so he goes last.
Yes. Yeah, so
So
Yuri
that
was second.
means Yuri was second on a short.
Oh, okay. So he did really fucking good. Okay.
Yeah, he like slaughtered everyone except for JJ.
Yeah. I mean, we understand why, because JJ's fucking good.
We will talk about that, believe you me. But JJ goes out to skate to Partisan Hope, and he goes through this whole thing of like he sets himself up as the hero. With Victor as the 5-time world champion that someone needs to take down. And JJ's going to be the one to take him down. And he's not just skating for him, he's skating for everyone.
And he's not the prince because he's already a king.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
No, I'm slowly coming around on this motherfucker. He's still cocky, but it's okay.
There's a
is,
reason
but-
why he's cocky, because he's fucking
Dude, yeah,
good.
he's demolishing everyone.
Yeah, dude. It really does piss me off what happens to him at the end.
I'll bring this shit right back to Beep Bop. You can be cocky as long as you deserve it.
Yeah.
God, just listening to JJ's inner thoughts is so much fun, though.
Yeah, I love JJ.
It is really fun.
He's such a fucking doofus. Do we have any more to say about JJ's performance?
Not particularly. I think these are gonna go kind of quick.
Yeah, I don't like his green outfit. It's not that good looking.
Sure.
Yeah, so then he after his, I don't even think we get his score.
He just wins.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and Yuri can get in, even though he's tied with Mickey. Yuri is able to qualify because of his performance in China, and that's when Yuri just goes around hugging everyone.
Yep.
Because he made it. I even like how they initiated that, where he hugs like just the first person who's there, which happens to be the sister. Mala, is that her name?
Sala, yeah.
Sala. And then the brother gets real fucking jealous, and he runs over there and hugs him.
And he loses his goddamn mind.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, deep dive a little bit. Do you guys think that he was doing that because of what Victor said, or just because he was just so happy?
I don't even think it was happy. I think he was like he like I think he was just mentally like blown because he was not making a happy face. Like he fucked up his performance really bad. Only made it through on like a technicality.
The skin of his teeth.
I think the phrase they use is the width of a hair. So I think he's just like he doesn't even know what to do with himself.
And then I loved that we get the Yurio scene.
Yeah, and he's
He's
running
just
away.
fucking bolting and he's like, no! Yuri's just chasing behind him.
I'm gonna say the reason why I think Yuri just wants all the hugs is because Victor's not there to give him some loving. So he's like, well, my main man's not here, so might as well just try to get as much love as I can.
Also, I find it kind of interesting, like, there's not really any substance there, but in the next few episodes, pretty much every time we see Yuri in the audience, he's always hanging out with Sala.
Yeah. Because she's always sitting next to that redhead girl, right? I don't think it's the Russian girl, but there's another redhead girl. Because I wrote down somewhere they're just so cute.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't notice that. I just noticed that for whatever reason they just kept putting Sala around, even though Mickey isn't in the finals, and she has her own final to worry about.
Yeah.
We get Yurio and Yuri
Talking to each other.
Yeah. And Yurio just lectures him and goes in on him, being like, hey, man, step your shit up. What the fuck? What do you think you're doing?
Is that right here?
Yeah.
Yuri needs to get his shit together. I know Victor's not here, but come on, Yuri. You've taken us on this journey. Don't fuck it up now.
I mean, Yuri is the master of fuckers. I mean, he made it to the finals and got last place, so...
Oh, is that... Did he initiate the conversation with a drop kick?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was so fucking... I love, like, the ridiculous animation sometimes. I think there's a specific name for it, right? When their faces go all weird.
I'm sure there is. I don't know. Oh, Ahegao.
No, that's wrong. Yeah, that's completely wrong.
Agree to disagree.
No. Do you know what our guy is, Anthony?
No.
It's like
It's the porn face.
Oh.
yeah, I mean, you've seen those like pictures of those girls like on t-shirts, whatever it is, where they look like they reached the maximum.
Yeah, that jacket, the white jacket with all
Yep.
the anime girls
Yeah.
on there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that jacket.
That's what that is.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. What the fuck is uwu?
What do you mean?
UWU.
What don't you understand?
Everything about it. I've seen people use it. I've heard it in songs now. I don't understand what it is.
It's a face.
Oh, it's just... Why are people... Okay, fine.
It's a cute anime face.
Oh, it's where the eyes are... Okay, and then I see. The mouth is just that. Right, fine.
Any other questions?
So it's when you think something's adorable?
I guess, yeah. So I think it's like... It's a very, like, cat-ish face, and, like...
It's used as an emoji to signify a reaction to something cute or that makes you happy.
Yep,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
We learned about the two most important faces, the uwu and ahegao.
Speaking of uwu faces, though...
The pierogies.
Wait, what?
What?
Yurio gives Yuri the pierogies.
Oh, okay.
And I think he says... Doesn't he say, like, oh, yeah, it's your birthday or something, right?
Birthday's coming up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, there's rice in this. Wait, is this a pork cutlet both? He's like, yes, it is. And they both are happy. And they walk into the sunset together.
And also, more good news. Makachin is fine.
Yay, because
Obviously,
he's at the
'cause-
airport.
This episode or this show would not kill a dog.
This show is all good. Which is, I'm just saying, there's no real bad guy in this show.
I personally love that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's refreshing once in a while.
So we're at the airports, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The fucking music while they're running at each other. Oh, my heart.
Victor!
Oh, God, my heart. When they were just running and they're like, it's the glass door. And then they embrace and they just start talking.
Oh,
and-
whoa. Before we get to that. So, what's it called? So the door is closed. And Yuri is about to reach the door. And you guys know what he does before he reaches the door?
I'm assuming he waits for the door to open.
No. Orange?
I don't know.
He wipes off his feet before the doors opens up.
I don't see how that's significant.
No, dude, it's just like it's one of those things that Yuri is so like, what do you call it? I don't want to say considerate of others, but he's like so by the rules guy that he's like, oh, since I learned to wipe my feet before I enter like a building or into the other room.
You just like that the character, it felt right for him to do that.
Yeah, it's a nice attention to detail.
Thank you. That's what I like. Okay, now you guys can talk about
The meat. You gave us the potatoes.
Yeah, go ahead, Anthony.
There's a lot of discussion, so I may be getting this wrong because I watched all 4 episodes back to back. So this is the one where they're talking about. I think this is the one where he's like, "We just talked about the season, but I want you to coach me forever."
Well, he says, I want you to coach me until I retire.
Yeah, until I retire. And then like they're just kind of hugging and stuff, and he whispers, "I wish you'd never retire." My man, Victor. Talk about the proper things to say at the right time.
Also, Victor says, hey, this is kind of like a marriage proposal, isn't it?
Yeah.
and then Victor kisses his hands.
I forgot about that part.
How? The entire next episode is a follow-up to that line.
Because I was all looking at that entire next episode as the marriage proposal thing. My heart was melting during that scene, so I had the best ooh-woo face. Episode 10.
Gotta supercharge it. Pre-Grand Prix final special. This episode is, I think, the first time we actually kick off with Victor's narration, and is largely a shift to Victor's perspective that kind of persists through the rest of the series, actually. So after a little bit of Victor narration, some recap, we get Chris and Victor hanging out at the pool.
He's on vacation, and then Chris shows up. And I said, oh no.
Oh my gosh, it's so good, dude. This is why Chris is the best character.
I was scared at first, but he was pretty tame. They just decided to take some social selfies.
Which I just love all the photos. It's just Kristoff being sexy as fuck on the pool. So good.
So those two have totally hooked up, right?
I don't know, dude. It's so real. This anime is like very like gay, but I don't know anybody that actually hooked up or not. So,
Well, I'm not saying here, but like in the past.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like that it's left up in the air.
Oh, sure, but I was just getting big. They hooked up energy.
Big dick energy.
No, to me, I just think it's like two sexy men, and they know they both are sexy, so they're like, "Fuck it, let's just hang out, dude."
I truly think that there are both ways on that one run. Both of those ideas are very much something that they were going for.
Okay, yeah, and then we just kind of check in with basically everyone real quick. We get more of Yurio's Angels,
Yuri's Angels,
which is his whole fangirl thing.
But JJ's girls, they follow the rules, and they're also cuter.
Yeah, Yurio that goes in on JJ's fiance.
Oh, she's
like,
super cute.
And he's like,
asshole.
ugly ass bitch. And I was like, you need to fucking chill with your little, like, that. I would throw hands at Yurio. I don't care how old he is.
I thought it was great because JJ doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And like his fiance is like, yeah, she goes, ooh, scary, and like hides behind JJ. But from that, I got the sense that she was doing that in the way you pretend like a kitten is scary. Where they're both just like, yeah, look at Yurio, what a cute little guy, getting all mad.
This is where I started disliking Yurio.
What, dude? He's just a typical Shindre.
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, y'all can keep throwing the troop names at me, but all of them are still slightly different. And Yurio is being a little shit right now.
I mean, see, they did kill old dad, so I mean, I guess you kind of have to be angry, right?
I just fuck Yurio in this scene particularly.
Yeah, it's a little much. I like Yurio, but it's a little much.
I don't know if it was like a mistranslation, because if he was like, you ugly broad or something like that, because I think there's a big difference, like calling someone an ugly ass bitch versus like you ugly, like, you know.
I'm just saying, fucking all these ice skaters fucking like love each other. Like there's no like hint of competition to the very end. I would like to know if in the ice skating world if this is like a thing or not.
Interesting that you said that, because later on I got some weird stuff to talk about then.
Okay. Although actually now that's kind of like a good point with this scene, because you have to figure they know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, I don't think this accomplishes it, but there's definitely like a reading of this scene where they have the type of relationship where Yurio can get away with that. She's not just like some random woman. We get to meet Oda Beck, our sixth and final finalist, who we did not know at this point.
We've never met him before, right?
Correct. And he is from Kazakhstan.
Yurio's still being an ass when he runs into Oda Beck, yeah.
Is this later or is it right now?
Right now, just like later they become friends, but right now Yurio's still being a dick. He's just on a tear through these people.
What does he say to Oda Beck? I actually don't remember.
It was something, I believe, snarky while he's leaving. While Oda Beck's leaving, because I think JJ walks up and he's like, come eat dinner with us, and then no. Sorry, it wasn't to Oda Beck. I think it was again toward JJ's girlfriend or fiance. Yeah, I think he was like, yeah, go eat with the ugly ass bitch and JJ or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that sounds a little familiar.
I don't know if this is a scene. I don't know if you passed it or not, but I like this scene where Yo-Yo's fan base is though. And Yuri's about to tell off his fan base, and his ballet teacher's like, can you please not use unattractive words?
Oh, yeah, no, that's during this. Yeah, I think it's
so
when
good.
he yells at the fiance. We come back to the hotel, and Yuri is just scrolling through everyone's Instagrams. When Yuri's scrolling through Instagram, we get a little bit of flashbacks. And then Victor and Chris, probably drunk off their asses, barge in. And both go hug Yuri. And he is very uncomfortable. And then we get to... I don't think we've mentioned that we're in Barcelona, but yeah, Yuri wants to go sightseeing and shopping with Victor, which, he takes it to mean something's not right.
Yeah,
he's nervous about
his
something.
mind off thing, so he's real nervous. Do you think Victor... well, obviously Victor probably thought it was about the competition, but it could be something else.
Could be something else. Maybe we'll find out shortly.
Something else.
Could be something else.
After we gotta wait for Yurio to get attacked by his fans.
Mm-hmm. And Oda Beck to save him on his cool guy motorcycle with his
that was
fucking ripping
weird
theme song.
Talk about a fucking hey Oda Beck, you wanna go out to dinner? No. And then just fucking shows up on a motorcycle. Just cool guy central here. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Oda Beck is very cool.
And actually, I don't even know if he is I think he comes off that way, but based on later stuff, he's not the douchey kind of cool either. He's just I'm here and this is my personality, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah, man, because he's a real cool guy. He's not a fake cool guy.
Oh, I like Oda Beck a little bit.
Oda Beck's all right.
I like him. I like him better than fucking Yurio right now.
So they go off and hang out and become friends. Well, they don't become friends yet. We learned that Oda Beck trained 5 years ago in Yakov's workshop with Yuri, but he wasn't good enough. Or he wasn't good enough for the older people stuff. So he was dropped down to the novices, and that's where he met Yuri. Because Yuri would have been 10 at the time. Yurio would have been 10.
Yep.
And they talk about that a little, and we get a little bit of a flashback of Oda Beck almost has a mini Victor moment with Yurio, where he's such the focus of his flashback in the way that he centralized oh, this guy is he's younger than me. He's so good though. And he can do all this ballet stuff, which I can't fucking do. So I'm never doing that again. And you get the sense that he was holding on to this the whole time. And Yurio was really the one that inspired him to be better. And then he goes, "Wanna be friends?"
That's kind of weird.
Why? This guy is just basically saying, do you want to be friends?
How many friendships have you started where you were like, hey, do you want to be friends?
0.
Yeah, that's just a weird way to, usually you just start being friends. You don't ask.
Yeah. I don't think I've heard someone in real life ask for friendship since, elementary school. And it was fucking uncomfortable then. Especially if you don't really want to be friends with that person. You can't say no.
Oh, you can.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you
very
can,
easy, dude.
But you're not going to.
Sure, Victor, Yuri. They go back because they forgot the nuts.
They lost a bag of nuts.
Yuri is making such a big deal of these fucking nuts. It kind of pisses me off. I was like, dude, it's just some nuts.
I'd be freaking out if I lost Victor's nuts too.
Oh,
My
I'm sorry,
microphone
I
didn't
forgot to
pick it up,
laugh.
but I just sighed really heavily.
No, hold on. We still need more pause. Okay, now we can start talking again.
Fucking crying out loud.
To be fair, Yuri is probably freaking out more over losing the nuts because he's, as we learned, very nervous about something.
100%.
Yuri's looking for something. He sees a jewelry shop, and they get rings.
Yeah, they go to the jewelry shop and Yuri buys a matching ring set. What could that be for, you may ask?
Man, I was not following this at the beginning because it was like, I'm going to get a charm. And then he like pulls out rings and I was like, wait, what? That's not really a...
Well, he said you always wanted a good luck charm.
Yeah,
a
but
good
the
luck
charm,
can
I
be
was literally
anything.
thinking like a bracelet, like a charm.
Gotcha. They buy their rings and go to a church to put them on each other's hands and get married, basically. If the symbolism was not clear enough that they are effectively married, here they're going to hit you in the face with it one more time real quick.
I think it's very close to the reason that they didn't specifically show the kiss. They didn't specifically show them actually, in the process of getting married.
Well, I think, I forget when he says it, but Victor says like, oh, we'll get married after you win gold.
Oh yeah, so they can't even get married yet.
Yeah, but he's saying jokingly too. It's like
Yeah, but
it's the thing. I just don't like. I believe these two would be in a relationship, but they don't like say it. I understand the whole symbolism between these two people, but like every time the topic is like brought up, Victor's always joking, and it's like I don't know if I should believe you or not, Victor. I like these guys' relationship, these two people, like Victor and Yuri, but I just don't know if they're like an actual couple or not, or like if they're just playing house, if you get what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, and it is like cultural stuff and what would be accepted to show. And also, I think making them like so explicitly like an actual couple would maybe detract a little bit because it is kind of the story of them like building up to that. If it was just they actually went and got married, for some reason I feel like that wouldn't play as well, if that makes any sense.
I think they're doing great because it's the journey to the official ship that we're looking at or watching, and and if they for whatever reason culturally or whatever couldn't show certain things, it's fine. Everything's implied. We can, just
Yeah,
I'll give them the nudge.
Yeah. And there is actually something pretty shortly that I think lends a little bit of credence to what we just said.
So when they're exchanging of the rings, Victor, like, I don't think he whispers, but he whispers. Yuri's like, I want you to do the best skating. Is that right here?
I think so.
Yeah, he's like, Victor says, I want you to do the best, or the skating. Wait, what's the exact?
I want you to do the skating.
Do the skating that you think is best.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Yeah, and then he will win.
Yeah. Which, I wonder if that is any foreshadowing for perhaps his routine in the final episode.
Well, not really. If you guys are hungry, let's go get some dinner.
Yeah. Let's meet up with Monaco and Mari real quick.
Everyone's there.
Yeah, except for JJ.
Well, he'll be there in a minute. He's on his way.
Yeah. So yeah, they go have dinner with everyone, and they learn like, oh, after last year's finals, Yuri got real drunk on champagne and started a dance competition.
And Yuria was embarrassed by it.
Yeah, Yuri got roped
I can't
into
believe
it.
you made me get up there and dance.
Yeah,
And then Chris is like, I danced too.
Yeah, he's like, I did a pole dance. And Yuri and Chris are both like, also, we got videos of it.
Yeah.
and Yuri's like, no, and he's like, I'm just like my father. Like you see, the father is like a party animal too when he gets drunk.
Yeah.
And I think around that time is when someone mentions like, oh, hey, look at the rings. They have matching
Yeah,
rings.
Chris
They're
notices the
married."
rings. To which Pitchett decides the correct response is to shout to the entire restaurant, hey, these two just got married.
And the Victor's like, it's more of an engagement ring to be married after Yuri gets gold.
Yeah.
And then everybody gets serious.
Yeah, dude, okay, so this is that, I think I hinted earlier, like, when you guys mentioned, like, everyone kind of knows each other and they're all buddy, pal, pal. But then this happens, and I was like, that was kind of like,
What do you mean?
because he's like, Yuri gets gold, and then everyone's like,
Oh because they are at the finals.
Yeah, they'll compete, Anthony. Who fucking cares about marriage when you're gonna get gold?
Yeah. I do love that after Pitchett announces it, and the whole restaurant is like clapping, and it gets over to the table, and no one is clapping except for Odebek.
Really?
Who has a face like he kind of isn't sure if he's supposed to be clapping or not.
That's funny.
I did not see that.
And then JJ shows up.
And JJ's like, I'm going to get married after I get gold, actually.
And everybody leaves.
And we see them walk out, and then we see them walk back in.
Although JJ does shout after them, like, wait, guys, I was kidding. Come on.
Hey, everyone got real fucking serious. But yeah, I really enjoyed that walking out scene with everyone.
Yeah. And we get to Yurio kicking the shit out of Victor's back.
Which Victor doesn't move.
Yurio, bro, you gotta chill. You're a little much right now.
And yeah, he basically confronts him, like, says what we already know at this point, where he's like, he's just mad that he wants to compete against Victor, but all he has now to compete against is Yuri, who's kind of not doing it. He's like, you retired to coach this stupid piece of shit who even sucks at skating. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, we was all thinking about it, right? Like, why would Victor go with Yuri?
The only thing I'm thinking about is backhanding Yurio. Fucking hate him. I come around to him again in episode 12, but right now, man, fuck you.
It's almost like it's a character arc. Yeah. And Victor, I think, basically responds, or, well, I don't even know if he says it or if it's like a monologue thing, but he has the whole thing of he wouldn't be as motivated. Someone wouldn't be as motivated. I actually don't remember what this is now that I think about it.
Is this the part where I think Victor says, like, I would not be as motivated to skate against you and be as be as competitive that you want me to be if I did not coach Yuri this season.
Right, sure.
And then I think that's around credits, and I think that's it's an interesting place to put that because I'm assuming all you guys watched the end credits this time.
Yes.
Oh no, dude. Yeah, I have something to talk about the ending credits.
And if you're good, we can go straight to that.
Well,
Nope.
I mean, just real quick, it kind of goes around and shows all the skaters who didn't make it real quick.
Oh yeah.
Like looking at the news of whatever. And we check in with them a couple more times, and we learned that Sala made it to her final.
Yep.
Good for her.
It's really cool to see everybody showing up, like everybody that Yuri defeated and stuff like that. Yuri's fan is at the hot springs, and is being the #1 fan over there, which is cool.
He said he would be the head cheerleader.
Yeah, but I love this next scene. Well, you see all the skaters, and they're walking down the hallway, getting ready. Like, all of them is wearing headphones, all of them is wearing jackets, and I'm just like, you guys look so fucking cool right now. Walking down this hallway, like, you guys are fucking ready to take on this competition. I fucking love it. These just look so good.
And yeah, and then of course we get the credits of the pictures of the dance competition.
This is so well done, where they go to people's phones and you see the photos and the videos of like what has happened. Well, it's mostly just pictures of fucking Yuri like getting super drunk and just going ham. It's so good. What do you think of the scene, Anthony? Because this is one of those, like, when this happened, when I was watching this and this happened, because I mean, you hear about it in the fucking table, but when you see it, what Yuri did, you're like, oh my gosh, this blows the anime wide open. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like the first episode means something completely different from because of the 10th episode. Was I just thinking?
You're specifically talking about the blush and stuff?
No, what's good? The fact that Victor is coaching Yuri.
Yeah, like the dance-off wound up making Victor blush at the end, and that's...
No, it's because of the fact that Yuri asked Victor straight up, will you come and be my coach next year? Like, I have a hot springs, will you come and be my coach?
Yeah, sorry, Victor blushes off of that. Yeah, that was awesome, but I want to bring more attention to the going through all the phones and stuff, because it, like, literally every different phone had a different background, so you could guess whose phone it was and everything.
Yeah.
They had different picture counts, too. Christoph had, like, 3,200 photos.
Yeah, someone had, like, 12K, dude. Yeah, and then we get the actual, like, Yuri's just being blackout drunk, having a great fucking time, and asking Victor to be his coach, and then Victor just shows up, because I'm assuming Victor has no idea that he's blackout drunk. Or, sorry, that Victor knows, that he will not remember this.
Yeah, probably.
And, yeah, that was a very, very interesting place to put in the end credits for something so big, and I really liked it.
Yeah, it's so good. We do see the competition between Yo-Yo and Yuri. And then you see the awesome dance with Yuri and Kristoff. And they're fucking just dancing together. They're fucking holding each other up.
The duo pole dance.
Yeah, this is why Kristoff is my favorite character. This guy knows what he wants, and he doesn't mind it. Oh my gosh. But yeah, but when this episode came out, it was such a huge, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Like, I can't believe what happened. What did you think, Owens, when you watched this? When you watched this the first time, did you have the same thing or what?
I don't remember. The one other note I will add to that, like, ending sequence, you do see, even before the, like, be my coach thing, that Victor is kind of taking an interest in Yuri anyway, which, if you think back to the scene where he was staring at his phone, watching Yuri do Victor's routine in, like, episode 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, that, and also, if you guys remember the scene where they ran into each other for the first time that we see, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and Yuri just freaks out and he just leaves.
And Victor's like, wake up, take a picture with me.
Yeah, Victor's like, hold on, I want to talk to you.
Don't you remember the time when you danced half naked in front of me? Oh, you don't remember that. Oh,
Or on me or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, Yuri was humping Victor.
Yeah, that was a weird one, but yeah, I can't remember if that scene, because I remember the first time that we see them talk is, I think, right after, like, as they're leaving, before that banquet.
Mm-hmm. Episode 11. Gotta supercharge it. Grand Prix final short program. We quickly get reintroduced to the skaters. A little bit of a recap in case you forget who's here. And coming in at last place is Yuri. So he performs first. But first they have to empower their rings.
I hated that.
It's kind of cheesy, but I do love how right before he skates.
No, I hate the way you introduced that.
With the power of love.
That dude, they literally say that. They say something about him, like they touch their rings together, like we're empowering our rings.
Yeah, I mean, it was very cute.
I love how right before he starts skating, they both kiss their rings.
Yeah, and I would truly like these next 2 episodes. Unfortunately, I don't have a fuck ton to talk about because...
Oh, no, it's all performances. That's the thing.
But, I mean, did he change any of his jumps in this one?
He did, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically, they make a pretty big deal about he changes his program and he adds in a quad flip.
Which he's done that already, though.
Yes. Well, I don't know if I think the thing is, like, he never lands the quad flip.
Did he this time?
No, he did not.
Yeah, he stepped out of it, I think.
His hand touched the ice.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
And he is not happy about that. He, like, starts having a breakdown after his performance.
But, I mean, he still did okay, though, right?
He got a 97.83, which isn't bad. I think that puts him in, like, 3rd or 4th after all's said and done.
Yeah. But we get immediately after, though, everyone seems like they're just popping off. I mean, it is the World Championship, but
yeah,
it just looks like I don't remember the order, but I know Yurio, or we'll get to Yurio. I think we should do that one last. But
Yurio is not last, but
yeah, it seems like everyone's doing fucking. Oh, JJ's last, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about JJ. Don't worry.
Yeah, so everyone's just popping off, and I mean, do you have anything specifically for the individual ones until we get to Yurio?
Actually, I do have a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Right after Yuri's, we do get Victor reflecting a little bit, kind of back on everything that's happened and, like, his journey with Yuri, and, like, him. It's really interesting because, like I said, after starting at 10, we do get a pretty big shift to Victor's perspective, and so much of this series has been on Yuri's perspective.
Yeah.
Even if you go back and think about the entire series from the perspective of Victor, I think it adds a lot of cool, different context to situations And this scene just helps to reinforce it because I don't think he says anything new, but we get to hear Victor's thoughts on these things instead of just the way Yuri internalizes it. But outside of that, we get Pitch It real quick. And this is where that kind of the theme for I was alluding to with Mickey like really starts to come to the forefront, because for all these other characters, it's they have their driving force. And for Pitch It, like, obviously he wants to win, but the thing with his character doesn't feel like he's out here like, I need to get the fucking gold. I need to be the best. I need to crush everyone. He's out here like he's happy that he's here, the first Southeast Asian skater or first Thai skater to make the finals. He's the first Thai skater to skate to Shall We Skate? Which we learned in the flashback with Yuri. That's what he wanted to do because it stars a Thai actor. And it's just this whole thing of also it's like hamsters or gerbils or whatever are very cute.
Yes.
But it really starts to bring to the forefront the theme of like, this is almost like a new start or reawakening for pretty much all 6 of these skaters and Victor by extension.
And just to throw in more Pitch It stuff real quick. He also in his performance, he's like, all I have is the toe thing, but I can get better. I'll be better.
Yeah. To him, he's here. He's like, I'm going to do my best this time. It's fine, but I'll be back is kind of the attitude he's taking.
Well, also he his dream is to open up an ice show where he lives at, which I fucking
I like
love.
that they threw that in there. And
Yeah, it's so good.
And he's like, I don't even think I've told Yuri this yet. I'm going to have to tell him. And everyone's got hamster heads or hamster hats on.
I think it was Odebek was on the very end, and he still looked like not pleased.
Yeah.
That was in his head. What do you want to say about Yurio?
The fact that the coach sees Yo-Yo's performance is like Victor's back when Victor was a young guy, which as the start it's really cool. He's like, oh wow, this guy is shaping up to be the next Victor.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
And Yurio's, well, he's just popping the fuck off, and Victor he goes up there to watch him.
Yeah.
And Yuri's trying to find Victor. And I have a question for you guys. What do you think Vic was going through Victor's mind during that performance?
I mean, I don't know that I thought about it at the time, but especially once you rope in Chris's performance and the rest of the way the series plays out, it very much reads as like he's getting excited again, right? Like he sees all this up and coming talent. He can't wait to like go against them.
Yep, he can't wait to go back into the skating rink.
I remember thinking his face almost looks exactly like the face when he was watching Yuri do his or the viral video.
Okay.
And to me that means like, yeah, it kind of like, and he really wanted to do that, and so like that's gonna be kind of weird. And then what do you guys think Yuri was thinking while seeing Victor like that?
He wasn't, because at the end he's like, fuck, I like blacked out halfway through this. Or is that this one or his next one?
When Yuri,
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, when Yuri walks up on Victor, what were you guys thinking that Yuri was thinking about? Do you think he knew like that they're gonna have that talk soon based on this part?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Yuri knew that Victor was gonna enter back to the skating world. After this, it's all in the tea leaves that Victor was gonna come back.
Yeah. I mean, whether that's what he thought or not, it was very clear from the way Yuri reacted that he saw that face and knew that. I mean, we end up learning that's not true, but he had the feeling like, oh shit, I'm gonna lose Victor after this. Whether it's because of his talent or because Victor wants to go back to skating or what, Yuri just knew that Victor was gonna not be gone, but not coach him anymore after this.
And the announcers mentioned multiple times that everything that he's doing is like he's just adding points left and right to his thing.
Yeah, he's holding up his hands to make the jumps harder.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he just pops off and breaks Victor's record, the world record.
Mm-hmm. He gets a 1:18.56, which is a new world record for the free skate. Short program.
And I guess Chris is up next.
Chris is next.
And we find out that he's a cat guy. Respect, Chris, respect.
Oh my gosh, did you see Chris with his glasses? God, that guy can walk any outfit. I mean, he had big round glasses. God, this guy. This guy's sexy as fuck. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I'm not a big Chris fan.
But goddamn, he pulls off those glasses, right, Chris?
He does pull off those glasses.
Oh my god!
Who do you think would pull it off better? The pink fluffy jacket, Spike or Chris?
That's no competition, dude. Spike is fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's Spike for sure. Honestly, if it was like a tighter jacket, I'd probably go Chris. But
yeah, that's fair. Honestly, that if we're going that deep into it, that's fair.
It's the fact that the pink fluffy jacket is so fucking ridiculous that no one will wear this. The fact that Spike pulls it off is hilarious.
Yeah, and anything particular on Chris?
I don't remember if this is the one or the next performance where Chris actually does have the thing of like, yeah, he's kind of bummed out that he's not against Victor, but these new guys are pretty good. This is actually pretty cool and fun.
Well, this is the first time he messes up his program.
Yeah, he does end with a 102.37 though, which puts him in second place. Next is Oda Beck, who skates to Samarkand Overture.
And this one's actually new to us.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, I'm assuming the jumps look good, but I didn't really care for it that much.
I thought it was all right. I do like the attitude he had with it, and coupled with the music. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about it.
His outfit's pretty plain looking. I wish it was a little bit more, but his character, his outfit represents his character. He's not as flashy as everybody else, but he's just as good as everybody else.
Yeah, and I don't remember if it's in this episode or the next one, but his whole thing is, similar to Pitch It, but with a very different attitude of he's trying to prove himself.
Yeah. Fucking Yuri, Yo-Yo is gives him like is rooting for
Divide.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think is Mara, right? And the two ladies from Japan, they've got a flag for everyone.
Yeah, Minako and Mari.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the next episode because did I write that down? I might not have actually wrote that down, but yeah, that's great. They do have banners for everyone.
But yeah, it's JJ time, motherfuckers.
Fuck. Well, first of all, Oda Beck gets 112.38, and this is actually probably my favorite scene in the entire show.
Which one is it?
JJ.
Oh no, this is one of my most hated scenes in the entire show.
I love it so much. It's so good.
So I wrote that down before I knew what was about to happen, but I was like, JJ time, motherfuckers. And then, like, did he think of Oda Beck?
Huh?
Like, right before he gets thrown off, he has a flash of, I think, Oda Beck.
Yeah, he sees Oda Beck. He sees that Oda Beck did so good that he, like, loses a little bit.
Yeah, it was literally the first jump. He sees Oda Beck in his mind, and then he fucks up the first jump.
Yep. And then he sees a proposal, and then he fucks up wildly after that, and then he just can't keep going.
Yeah. For one, I love this sequence, like the way they cut away from the skating, and they show all the other skaters looking down on him as he falls off a giant pillar.
Yep.
Before deciding that it's comeback time.
And he hears the crowd chanting. That's what breaks him out of it. And it's so good.
Oh, the fact the whole crowd is crying too. Like, they know that he's like
They're
the king.
like singing the song with them and stuff, and he still fucks up.
Yeah. I tell you one thing. This whole thing, like, this whole scene does make me, like, I wasn't getting teary-eyed, but it made me a little bit sad. I'm like, God, like...
Pulling at the heartstrings again.
Yep. They did a really good job showing, like, the crowd is behind JJ and the fact that, like, JJ, like, did not do his best in this thing.
Yeah, especially since, like, up to this point, sort of, like, if there is a villain in this series, it's JJ. And to have this scene that just so, like... just to completely rips that away by making him such a crowd favorite and how just everyone loves him. He's kind of a shithead, but in a way that's like kind of endearing.
Fine. Yeah, it's fine.
And it'd be so easy to write this character, especially as like, oh, now he's fucked up his performance. Now his fiance is like, you suck. What are you doing? I hate you. I'm not marrying you. But no, she's still behind him 100%.
She just cries like, JJ.
Yeah, the whole crowd is still behind them. Like, they're like, we believe in you, JJ.
Yeah, and yeah, he's having a bad skate, but man, they love him anyway.
Yep.
It's just so good.
Yep. Okay, so here's the point. I don't like the fact that JJ folded this hard. There's no reason that JJ should have folded. The only difference to this pressure, in my opinion, because he has been to a Grand Prix before. I think he got third place the last time he was there.
Yep.
So this guy already knows the pressure. The only added pressure that he put in was proposing to his fiance. That's the only thing he put in.
No, see, I take it as before he was chasing Victor, right? He was the underdog. He was there to take down Victor. Now he's almost coming in as like the favorite. All the expectations, all the eyes are on JJ. Everyone's talking about JJ, where before it was all Victor.
Truthfully, I didn't think about that, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get what you mean by that, but like, it just kind of makes me mad because in this show, they could not figure out a way to defeat JJ. They basically had to make JJ defeat himself.
Yeah, and like he's. I mean, we see that. This will come up again in the later episode, but for one, he's a young guy. He's only 19.
The only counterpoint I would say to that is I think that they did. And that's what we saw. That's how it's just an interesting take. It throws a wrench into the competition by having someone who the newcomer fold, like period. And you may not like it, but that's what they did.
Also, I don't think it's about defeating JJ. That's not the point. It wasn't like, how do we make them win this fight? It was about making an actual character arc for JJ.
No, dude. Because every skater came in there and was like, yeah, I put in more routines because this is the way we would defeat JJ. Every skater did that.
Yes, for the characters in the show, but for actually writing a story, it's not about defeating JJ.
It's about defeating JJ.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. How are they going to get gold if they don't defeat JJ?
But that's not why they did this. It wasn't just a cop-out to how are they going to defeat JJ. Because if it had always been just about beating JJ, right? Like, it's fake. They write it no matter what. So they could have easily not built it up to be like, oh, JJ is like really good and has all this extra stuff, so we need to step our games up. They could have just not done that and just had them beat him outright without any of the extra detail about how hard it is to beat him. Because the story was never about them overcoming JJ. This entire show extended to JJ is about the internal struggle. It's about them overcoming themselves. And in these last couple episodes, as I alluded to with Mickey and Pitchett and Odebek, it's almost this like reawakening or rebirth. And for JJ, this is it. He's never had this pressure before. So that's why he ends up caving. But now he is starting to understand. I mean, he says he's been skating for, I think he says 15 years. So since he was like 3 or 4. And to him to finally have this realization and this moment of failure really puts into perspective what skating is for him and who he is by extension of that. It has nothing to do with needing the Yuris to beat him. It's all about closing the loop on JJ's character arc. All right, let's jump into episode 12, Super Duper Charge. We see after the final, let's end this. Yuri tells Victor that he's going to retire. Victor starts crying.
Victor's mad at Yuri.
Yeah. And Yuri goes to like brush the hair out of his face, which do we ever see Victor without like his hair in his eyes?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he looks so different to me in that scene for some reason. But Victor says like, you're selfish. What the hell, man? And Yuri's like, yep, I selfishly made this decision. And they kind of say, Yuri's like, yeah, I'm going to retire. And Victor is going to make a comeback is kind of what they establish is going to happen here.
And Victor's not happy about it.
Yeah. And they say like, well, you know what? We're going to make our individual decisions on what we're going to do after the final. And then we get the intro. They re-intro all the skaters.
And right into JJ, right?
This time is JJ, yep. And he gets a late start.
Oh
JJ's
my god.
Fucking up, bro.
Yeah, and he still is kind of having a bad time. I don't know if it was clear before these 2 episodes, but I love that his coach is his parents.
Yeah.
He says, I think even before these last 2 episodes, he says like mom.
Okay.
And dad, yeah.
And we see like in the flashbacks that happened during this, that's because we see other coaches, including Celestino, shoot JJ down because He just wants to be JJ, man.
But he does land a quad loop at the end.
Yeah, I mean, he pulls it together once he has his whole thing of like, I'm JJ, motherfuckers. I'm never going to stop being JJ. This is who JJ is. And yeah, he pulls it together. He does actually really, really well and ends with a 300.62, which if he didn't fuck up his short program, he would have slammed everybody.
Actually, I didn't want to bring a quote.
Yeah.
I think between JJ, I think when he was on the what's they call it thing, the sit and cry or something, or the
kiss and cry.
When they were doing that, they're waiting on him. Someone says the most compelling tale is one that never ends.
Yes, I almost wrote that too.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know it was talking about like the, I think it was Yuri.
Yeah, because I think he does have this, he kind of has a little bit of internalization about the stuff I was talking about, where like, it's like, oh, this is kind of just this is my last thing, but this is just the beginning for all of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like JJ's going to keep skating and keep fighting, and so are all these other people. And I guess that's, you know, like he says, the most compelling tale is one that never ends.
And then we get to pitch it, and that's where we actually get the dream, but I mean.
Yeah, we already talked about his ice show. Pitch It ends with a 289.56. And we get a little brief conversation between him and Victor before he goes to skate, where he tells Victor, like, hey, man, I want you to stay. I want you to. Oh, no, I want you to stay, Victor. Like, because Victor gives him a little bit of like coaching advice. He's like, yeah, what are you doing? Why are you trying to coach me now?
Yeah.
Well, he's like, that's not you. You don't pretend to be a coach now. Be you.
Yeah, just be Victor.
And he's like, all right, stop skating in warm-up mode.
Yeah, I've been coaching you. How have you not won a gold yet?
Yeah.
They give a little hug, and then Yuri goes out to perform.
And my man just tears it up.
Mm-hmm. We get a little bit of reflection. We hear him like, oh, he made it way harder.
Just adding difficulty left and right. It was like he was daring Victor to like guess what he was gonna do with each of his moves.
I mean, he kind of was.
Retire? Yeah, it was really good.
Because it was, we even get some of the mirror with Victor to like harken back to, he ripped some of those moves straight from Victor.
Yeah, I was like, this is a really good scene.
And the whole thing is, you know, at the end of it, he says, look at the Victor, like, I've killed Victor as a skater because he retired and became my coach. So now look, Victor is going to live on through me now. He literally says, look at the Victor that lives on in me. As he gives that banger performance, ends with a 3:19.41. He broke Victor's free skate record.
Oh, don't forget the quad flip. He nailed it.
Yeah, he does the quad flip.
And Victor's face, too, was so good.
Yeah. Which at this point now, both of Victor's records have been broken by the Yuris.
Yep. Very interesting.
Anything else on Yuri?
I don't think so, man. That pretty much covers it. He just fucking destroys it.
Yeah. And then Chris is up. We get a nice little shot of Victor just playing around, still on the kissing cry with Yuri. And Chris gets kind of upset that Victor's not watching him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And starts to fumble because he does not do too hot. He ends with a 290.69. Monaco gives him a flower crown.
So good.
Loses her goddamn mind.
I seriously didn't write anything down until the end from here on out.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's just a lot of performances, really.
Yeah.
Then we get Odebek, which is, you know, another new one for us. He performs to Beethoven's Beethoven number 9, the second movement. We don't see a lot of his performance because we do get some stuff between Victor and Yurio, because Victor has decided that he's coming back. And he hugs Yurio. Odebek ends with a 293.57, and Yurio is up. And this is where we get a lot of the, if it wasn't clear, this is where they explain Yurio's character arc and the relationship he has to Yuri.
He's like, dude, I'm gonna make you regret retiring if you watch this, bitch.
Oh, yeah, because especially right now at this point, Yuri, I didn't even think of this. Yurio would know that Yuri is still in first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going into this knowing I have to fucking crush this guy or he's going to retire on a gold. Hell no. If he wants to retire, he's got to fucking earn it.
I think he did.
I mean, he did, but
yeah.
Not Yurio's just starting though. He doesn't see it that way. He
That's
can't
true.
lose his rival immediately.
That's true.
And of course, Yurio ends with a 319.53, 0.12 points above Yuri.
You say, of course.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. Did you think Yuri was going to win?
I kind of, so let's delve into that. I feel weird because it's like such a wholesome, heartwarming show that's, makes you feel good and tugs at your heart, and then he gets second. Like it leaves me kind of like, yeah, come on. I mean, it's fine, but come on.
I actually hate this. It's one of those things. I don't mind Yuri losing, but the fact that Yuri and Yo-Yo both like beat Victor's records is like crazy to me. I mean, they did so like fucking well that they just beat 2 world records in the same day. It's like outstanding to me. Like, I understand you guys don't like, it's all fiction and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, like, the power scaling in this anime is ridiculous.
I mean, to be fair, that shit happens in sports, like in real life. Like,
But
power scaling in real life sports is a real thing. Like, fucking, when he burst onto the scene, Steph Curry basically broke basketball.
Yeah, but that's like one person.
Yeah.
But these are 2 different people that, what's it called? And they did it on the same day. I don't know anything. Can't think of any sporting when that happens. Because it's like, if they had toned back the scores, like, a little bit, wouldn't be so bad. But it's like the fact that Yuri was in first place with this great ass score, and Yo-Yo just defeats him with a even bigger score is like crazy. Even though it's like point 12, right? Like, it's like by a margin, right? Or something like that. It's not even like a lot.
Yeah, 0.12.
Yeah, 0.12, but it's like you're basically saying that Victor like was a really weak skater if if both of his records was defeating in the same day.
I highly disagree with that.
I'm just saying, because like Yuri was a decent skater, and I'm just saying I don't think Victor as a coach could bring Yuri up to, well, he could defeat his coach. If you get what I'm saying.
The whole thing has always been that Yuri is actually exceptional. He's really good, but he defeats himself. That was the whole point of the show. Not that he's not that good and then Victor makes him better. He's really good, and Victor helps him with
confidence.
Yes.
Because I get what your hang up is, but because they just broke single records, and it technically was 2 different days, I think, because they don't perform the single and the
I don't
free
even
skate.
think it's back-to-back days. But
yeah, but it's the same competition, and like Victor's still like got 5 back-to-back gold medals, won like every competition he's been in the past 5 years, because he's just not been in competition this year. And just because they broke a single record, I mean, it just shows like how good that it's going to be in the future for them.
And that's the point. Like the fact that they managed to beat those records is what helps Victor get so excited to want to come back. Like, if they had just been like, they did okay, whatever. It's not the same without Victor around. Ice skating's dog shit with no Victor. Like, that's not. I don't think that's compelling to us, and that wouldn't be compelling to Victor.
I'm just saying, I get what you guys are saying, but like, to me, when I was watching this, the first time, not so much the second time, because I knew this was gonna happen, but the fact that Yo-Yo just defeats Yuri, even though Yuri got the top score, like, he beat the record. Well, I don't know if he beat the overall record, but
no, he beat the free skate record, and Yurio beat the short program record, so they both beat a record.
Yeah, but I don't know about the overall. Like,
they didn't beat that.
They didn't beat that. Okay, I don't know if Yo-Yo he did.
They didn't beat the combination score. No.
Okay, but it's like it was too crazy for me. If you get what I'm saying, when I first watched this,
my hang up on this is that I came around because Yurio was being a bit of a dick. I like Yurio when he's skating. I don't like him when he's out at the rink.
Mm-hmm.
And they let him win. And like I said, it just feels strange to me that after watching this super wholesome, fun, happy, fucking cutesy show, that they left me feeling 95% happy when they could have given me 100.
And that would have been Yuri winning?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, something you have to remember though is if Yuri wins, he retires. There's no
Yeah.
reason for him to come back.
Is that actually explicitly said?
I don't think it's explicitly said, but Yuri goes through the whole thing saying like, this is it, no matter what. Like, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, he wanted to retire a year earlier.
But I think if he gets gold, there's not a world he keeps skating.
Really?
Like, he retires. Yeah.
Oh, I believe in the world where he gets it and the Victor's like, all right, now it's on, bitch.
I don't really see that.
I don't think Yuri's that competitive. I mean, even Yuri being competitive against Yo-Yo, it's not about Yo-Yo. It's the fact that he's showing that Victor, what's good? He's I don't want to say he's just as good as Victor, but like his skating. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like his skating is
on par.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, like I still feel like it doesn't matter if he gets gold, silver, or comes in 6th place. Like his decision to retire is flipped no matter what. Like the reason he decides to not retire would have happened no matter what he got.
I don't agree. I mostly agree except for gold and last. I think if he gets last, he's fucking done. And again, I think if he gets gold, then it's done especially because, as you know, I know we're talking like wrap up here, but right after he skates, he tries to give his medal to Victor. Victor's like, nah, if it's not gold, I don't want to kiss it.
so
good.
good.
And he even brings up like the marriage thing too. We have to get marriage after gold.
Yeah. So it kind of to Monkey's point, like I don't know that the competitive edge is necessarily there for Yuri, but even if you take the framing of a lot of this being a battle for Victor between Yuri and Yurio, and Yurio beats him, like Yuri needs to keep skating and he needs to win because he needs to prove to himself and to the world that he deserves Victor. He's good enough for Victor.
That's what I was trying to say. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So if he gets the gold, then he's done it.
Well, that's strange to me because he's already got Victor.
Right, but he needs to prove that he deserves him. Because so much of the conflict is that, like you said, he feels like he stole Victor from the world and he thinks the world feels that way.
Does he still hit that in this final one? I feel like this final one.
He 100% does. Like I said, he goes through when he's changing up his routine, he says like, yeah, Victor is not skating anymore because of me. But
no, sorry. I know he's saying that, but I feel like his final one where he's like he nails the quad flip and everything. He's not asking everyone to accept that now. He's telling them like I am good enough to have stolen Victor away.
Sure.
But and then to me when he says that, like his point's made. He is good enough for Victor already.
But he still wants to get Victor the gold.
Yeah, and especially since, yes, Victor's coming back, but he's also staying on as Yuri's coach.
Yeah, that's going to be weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird, but I don't know how that works in a competitive scene. You're right in that he proved that he's good enough, but he still didn't win. So there's still that like, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but...
Sure. I guess to wrap it around and finish I think there's still a season 2 where Yuri wins gold and there's still enough content behind these characters to make a season 2.
But then what is the season 2? Because Yuri already won gold. Then does it become Yurio on ice? Yurachka on ice?
I mean, truly, do we just keep going around and around until Yuri wins? Because like next season is Victor gonna win, and then season 3 Chris wins.
I have to agree with you. I can't see Yuri winning gold when Victor comes back.
Yeah, because it's interesting that like the whole premise of season 2 would be them actually competing against each other, but you also mentioned that he doesn't have that fighting spirit against Victor, but he's gonna have to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think he would with Victor because, again, the whole thing is he wants to show that he deserves to stand with Victor. He doesn't want to prove that he's better than Victor in a competitive way, but he wants to prove that he is deserving of Victor's time and presence and all that shit.
Also, I just want to say that he wants to get gold for Victor. Like that's the thing. He's like, I promise you, we're going to get gold next season. Basically, that means to show that Victor's a really good coach and stuff like that, so that Victor's efforts was not in vain.
Yeah, I think that they did the the teaser right. If they really wanted to, for me, what it would have been the happiest. Like I get where everyone's coming from, but for me, like they come back together and do the doubles.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be season 2 for me. That'd be great.
Them just doing doubles together.
He gets gold, and then they enter the world of doubles. Dude, let's fucking do it, bro.
I would be okay. I'd be on board with that.
Yeah.
Especially since we get over the credits them doing a doubles exposition.
Yeah.
Exhibition.
That's what I was saying. Like they teased it.
Yeah.
And also, to be fair, when I was serious earlier, like 95% happy with the outcome.
Yeah, and I think it works to wrap up Yurio too, because he is built as kind of the next Victor in that he's like this prodigal skater, and to have him just come in and
this ending does tie off probably more endings than mine would.
Yeah, especially since up to this point he's kind of been faltering like every single time. Like he always misses jumps. We see that he kind of has the Yuri problem of he gets into his head too much. And we always hear him going like, oh man, I'm so like, this is so hard. I'm so tired. But in these ones, we don't get that inner monologue. Yeah. After one of them, he even says like, I blacked out halfway through that performance.
Yeah.
So we get the ending, basically what's called Victor's gonna stay as coach as Yuri's, and they're both gonna, and Victor is gonna go back to skating, which is just a very interesting for season 2 if they ever decide to make it.
Season 2, Yuri and Victor doubles versus Yurio and Mila.
Let's go, baby.
all I want is my doubles. I want Chris and Victor, because oh my gosh, how sexy would that be, you guys? But we do get that final scene, which I don't know if this showed up in the original showing of this anime or not. Chris, do you remember this scene at all? The doubles?
I did not remember it. No.
Yeah, I don't know if they added it or not. I'm just saying Yuri's costume, because Victor is wearing his pink and gold that he wore for that competition, but Yuri's blue and silver is so good looking. It's crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. Okay, time to wrap up this anime, you guys.
Yeah, closing thoughts on Yuri on Ice?
There's one thing I want to bring up. So supposedly in the Blu-rays, they have more dance routines with multiple different characters.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you like get the Blu-rays, you get more routines from different characters. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think Yo-Yo has like a cat outfit, and he does like a routine on ice or something like that. They add more stuff in the Blu-ray if you want to get the Blu-ray.
Yeah, I guess just any general closing thoughts?
I know that I'm nitpicky about all these things, especially the last few episodes about stuff like that, but this is a really good anime. It's fun. Like I said though, it's not sports. It's not really. It's a little bit of romance, but it's not one or other. But I really do like this anime. It's not a bad anime. It's fun. Everybody likes each other. I'm just going in donuts right now, but I'm just saying it's a good anime.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I agree. It works for me because I realize that like occasionally I need something that is just like feel good. The fact that this show doesn't have a villain or like real conflict and combative drama is so nice, especially for context. We are currently recording this on November 4th, 2020. So especially currently having an anime like this or a show like this is really just, it feels good. And like I said, even having the turn on someone like JJ who shows up, it's like, this guy fucking sucks. But by the end, he's one of my favorite characters. And I'm in there with the crowd. I'm clapping and I'm singing. I'm doing JJ style. There's not a lot of stuff out there that has this tone. And I think it's such an important one.
All right, question time.
No, Anthony, what do you think of this?
Oh, I kind of tied that. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I already tied most of that in because I was like, great anime. I really enjoyed how cute and wholesome and fun this was, and yeah, I mean I've kind of already mentioned it, so that's really good. Yeah. That's it for me.
Okay.
Favorite characters?
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. It's not Yuri. It's not Yurio.
Yeah,
just
we know
speak
that.
from your heart. Who do you feel?
Yeah.
I don't really have a favorite one on this one.
Okay.
Anthony hates every character. Noted.
No, I just, like, there's like 4 of them I really enjoyed.
So just rattle them off.
I mean, Victor. Okay, let me just repeat everyone: Victor, JJ, Chris. No, Chris, not so much. But he was fun. But like, I laughed at him. But that's not gonna be my favorite.
Yeah, you laughed at him.
But JJ, I think if JJ would have still destroyed, he'd have been my favorite. That's kind of weird to say because I also loved that he didn't.
No, he would have been such shithead if he actually destroyed.
Well, I think he would just been like, yes, you see like, I think he would have been on the bronze pedal, and then he'd have been like, just.
He did get bronze.
Oh, did he still?
Yeah, he got third.
Yeah, I still think no matter what, he was gonna get bronze.
Oh my god, he still got third?
Yeah.
God damn, JJ's way too strong in this anime. Yeah.
Well, he actually did really well on the
At the
free
end
skate.
of this free skate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just really hard. But it's between Victor and JJ.
Favorite musical piece?
Big fan of Yuri on Ice.
That has grown on me, especially since I've been playing it on Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Yuri on Ice.
Truly, History Maker is my favorite. But
Yeah, History Makers.
that
rules.
aside, JJ or Yuri on Ice. JJ on Ice.
There's one from a skater. I forget who it is. It's like Terra Incognita. It's something weird that I think is really good. It happens early.
The theme of JJ's?
Theme of JJ also good.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite one is the theme of JJ's. What is it called? It's like
Theme of King JJ or Theme of JJ or Theme of King JJ.
a theme of King JJ. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my favorite piece out of all of them. Who do you think had the best outfit?
Yuri.
Which one, the black one or the purple one?
I love the black one, yeah. Purple one's good too, but I really like that black one.
I do. I know. I think I might be in the minority on this one, but I do really like Yurio's black outfit as well.
I do
But
not
I
like
think
that one.
Yuri's wins
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm just gonna say I like the Italian guy's thing. I don't know why it looks so good. I don't remember what his name is. Is there anything else?
There is one important thing we have to do.
What?
We have to pick the next anime.
Mm-hmm. It is
Oh my
Anthony's
gosh.
choice of anime.
Yeah, it's Anthony's choice. What is it gonna be, Anthony? Are you gonna make us choose, or are you gonna actually just pick one out?
No, I think I want to pick one out.
Okay.
So, my choice is the rebuild of Evangelion. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, dude! We only had to watch one episode and we were good.
I'm stuck between two.
Say what they are. Say what they are.
Oh, the two that I'm interested in are Steins Gate and right now Psychopass.
I will not try and influence your decision. However, Psychopass is 2 seasons.
Yes.
But I think it's 24 episodes total.
Oh, is it?
But I'm just saying, with Psychopaths, you might just want to watch the full season, but the second one's not good at all.
Well, that's why I said I wasn't going to try and influence this decision.
Oh, okay.
The first one is 22 episodes, so we would just do season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I decided these two because we've had too much happiness. We need some psychological back in here. So I think I'm going to go with Steins Gate. Steins Gate's going to be our next one.
Oh my
This
gosh, I'm so
is
excited,
exciting.
dude. I'm so excited.
This has been on my list for a long time of one that I'm either going to love or absolutely hate. It's extremely popular.
I was hoping we can finally get some differing opinions because,
Yeah, I'm surprised we've aligned on everything so far.
I mean, we have been.
I
picking
think I'm
really
kind
good
of an outlier on
ones.
Devil as a part-timer, but it's not that much.
So yeah, Steins Gate. I'm assuming, unless you buy it from, I think you can actually buy it from iTunes too. But I'm assuming all of us will be watching on Hulu.
Yes.
So that's where we can find that. One season, 20. What was it?
24 and an OVA.
24 and an OVA. So we'll be doing.
I don't
all
know
of
if
it.
the OVA is important. I will look into that.
All right, so we will decide that later. But
It's also on Crunchyroll.
Okay, so Hulu and Crunchyroll is where you can watch Steins Gate.
and I'm guessing first 4 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We'll do the first 4 since it's the intro one, and we can kind of go from there.
And if we need to
depending
add
on-
an extra one for the OVA, we can do that later.
Yeah, and once we figure out like how much we feel like we have to talk about, we might adjust for the second episode as well.
God, there's gonna be so much science, dude. So much science.
Oh my dude, I feel like there's going to be so much. Like, what? I don't know. They said a bunch of bullshit for 15 minutes. Let's move on.
Dude, this is another Evangelion episode. Is what's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be as bad, but I'm saying like the science.
I'm looking forward to it though. I'm excited.
I'm
to
looking
see if
forward
I'll
to
like
it,
or
too.
not. Next time on My First Anime. How much will Sal talk about how he doesn't understand the fake made-up science?
Oh my gosh. Can you believe they use the same explosions they do in Evangelion?
Will Anthony ever remember the structure of our show?
Will Orange find his Masato?
Funny story. Let me know if you start watching Full Metal Alchemist, because I have a pre-Masato in that show. Find out next time on the next exciting season of My First Anime. Thanks again for listening to My First Anime. If you enjoy the show, tell your friends and leave a review. It really helps. I'm Chris Bailey, and you can find me on Twitter at Chris R. Bailey, or hear me play Pretend on the actualplay.network podcast. And finally, thanks to Slink for the use of 12-speed as our intro, and Winnie the Moog for the use of Speed Energy as our outro.
You can come to my stream, ST Monkey at Twitch, where the O is a 0 in monkey, so make sure you guys remember that. I play single-player games and multiplayer games, well, sometimes multiplayer games, Tuesdays and Fridays afternoons. You can also follow my Twitter at STMonkey, also O is a 0, and my Instagram. My Instagram is mostly containing dog photos of my dog. He's a poodle. And Shih Tzu.
You can reach out and contact us on Twitter at MyFirstAnime or email at myfirstanimepodcast@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined, my personal Twitter and Instagram are both Sir Paperplate, where you will find only pictures of my cat. And once again, thanks for listening to
My First Anime.